Hutch Mansell, a father and husband who seems to live a monotonous and routine life. However, Hutch's life changes drastically when his house is broken into by burglars.
Put the phone down.
What about his watch?
His son Blake manages to catch one of the robbers, but for some reason, Hutch tells his son to let the thief go.
Let him go, son. I said let him go.
Blake's statement confuses the police, as they can't understand why Hutch would release the burglars. Hutch works as an employee in a factory, but he has a past that few people know about. He knows a lot about criminal activities, and realizes that the gun the burglars used was actually empty.
Empty.
Now I know why you didn't do what you didn't do.
Hutch's father is now old and lives alone, spending his retirement watching television.
Do you remember who he used to be, Hutchie? I do.
When Hutch returns home, he sees his happy family, the small, peaceful family he always longed for. However, his daughter Becca complains that her beloved cat bracelet is missing. Hearing that, Hutch decides to take action. He goes to a tattoo shop, pretending to be an FBI agent, and asks about the tattoo one of the robbers had. He goes from one tattoo shop to another, asking questions. But this time is different. The people at the tattoo shop intimidate Hutch instead, saying his badge is expired and fake. He tries to bribe them with money, but it doesn't work. Then, one of them sees a tattoo on Hutch's arm, and the brave men suddenly turn pale and terrified.
Thank you for your service. How can I help you? Send me in the direction of this person.
Hutch manages to find the address of the two robbers. He demands his watch and the cat bracelet back.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat! Oh, please!
He then hears a baby crying and realizes the couple committed the robbery because they needed money for their sick child. This makes Hutch furious about how cruel the world can be. On his way home, the bus he's on is hit by a car full of drunk men. The incident enrages him, and he decides to teach them a lesson.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
A brutal fight breaks out. Blows, knives, and blood. Though he's stabbed in the side, Hutch manages to turn the tables and defeat them all. The thugs learn a hard lesson that night. Hutch goes back onto the bus, cuts the seatbelts, and continues to beat them up. Clearly, this man is no ordinary person. He single-handedly takes down a gang of violent men. One of them tries to grab a weapon that Hutch dropped, but Hutch breaks a metal pipe, choking the thug until he can't breathe. Then, Hutch uses a straw to give him an airway, saving his life.
Sorry about the mess.
Meanwhile, we are introduced to a Russian mafia boss named Yulian, who spends his nights enjoying himself at his own nightclub. That night, he meets with other gangsters to talk about the Obshak, a communal fund holding the dirty money of all the Russian mafias under Yulian's control. His job is to safeguard and launder the money to make it appear legal. Yulian gets angry when a bold man calls the club's music tasteless. In a fit of rage, Yulian kills him, showing just how psychotic and ruthless he truly is. Yulian receives a phone call telling him that his brother is in the hospital with a severe brain injury. Furious, he confronts his brother's guards, demanding to know who did this. When they tell him that a single man was responsible, Yulian vows revenge. One of them finds a bank card belonging to the man who attacked them.
How can I find this man?
The next morning, Hutch receives a call from someone informing him that his new enemy is Yulian, the Russian mafia boss whose brother he nearly killed. The caller tells Hutch to meet someone at a barbershop, but Hutch ignores it. After work, however, he receives another mysterious message urging him to go. At the barbershop, Hutch meets a tall, muscular, bald man who gives him a file containing information about Yulian, a dangerous mafia boss who is now after him. Both sides begin gathering intel on each other.
You got from me.
I found his dad home downtown.
The Obshak?
Give it like the 401k of the Russian mob. Hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, perpetually on the move. And Yulian's the current babysitter.
Yulian's female hacker manages to find information only about Hutch's father, who lives in a nursing home, but Yulian doesn't buy that this is all there is. The hacker contacts someone she knows in the Pentagon to dig deeper into Hutch's background, and what she finds terrifies her. She immediately quits after learning who Hutch really is.
Good luck.
Thank you much.
records. One night, while Hutch and his family are having dinner, he senses something is wrong. The Mafia has made their move. Hutch orders his family to hide in the basement for safety. Armed men break into the dark house. Hutch, using his deadly skills, takes them down one by one. In the shadows, he dominates the fight with calm precision. It's clear that Hutch is a highly trained killer, unafraid and efficient, humiliating the mafias who dared to attack him. But he's caught off guard. He's tasered, captured, and thrown into the trunk of a car. When he wakes up, he realizes where he is. Using a fire extinguisher, he blows open the trunk and causes the car to crash violently, killing the Mafia members. Hutch walks over to one of the dying men and calmly tells him who he really is. Hutch used to work for the government. His job was to eliminate criminal organizations that couldn't be controlled by law enforcement. But before he can finish his story, the thug dies. Hutch returns home, cleans up, and sends his family away to a safe place. He gathers the remaining mafias, many of them wounded or dying, and tells them a story from his past. Years ago, there was a man named Alan who stole $3 million from a US military base in Italy. That night, Hutch was ordered to execute him. With a gun pointed at Alan's head, the man begged for his life, promising to change. He wanted to shed his wolf's fur and live as a lamb again. Hutch secretly let him go. Years later, Hutch checked on Alan and found that he really had changed, living a peaceful life as if nothing had happened. Hutch envied that. Because of that, he asked his superiors to let him retire, but the agency doubted he could live a normal life. Yet, he proved them wrong, until the Mafia forced him back into being a cold-blooded killer.
I see trees of green.
Meanwhile, two men visit Hutch's father's nursing home, but they make a fatal mistake. Hutch's father isn't an ordinary old man either.
Come on, Davey. Please turn that shit down.
Hutch buys the factory where he works using gold bars he saved. The boss's son objects, but has no choice but to agree with his father's decision. Hutch begins his revenge. He burns down Julian's obshak, the entire Mafia money storage. Then, he confronts Julian while he's performing at his club. Julian is impressed by Hutch's courage for showing up there. Instantly, all the gangsters point their guns at Hutch, but Hutch reveals a bomb wired to his hand and invites Julian to talk privately.
There's a long dormant piece of me now awake. After all we can both rebuild, I burned it. Everything you have.
I'm shocked!
Hutch tells Julian everything, that he has awakened a man who was long retired, and he just wants to end things peacefully. He suggests that Julian should retire as well, and let the past go. It becomes clear that Hutch's knowledge is deep and precise. He knows everything about the Mafia's operations. He just wants to protect his family and stay away from that life. Julian is speechless as Hutch walks away. But moments later, Julian changes his mind and goes after Hutch to kill him. A high-speed car chase ensues. Hutch gets cornered, but manages to escape, luring the Mafias into a trap he had prepared beforehand. His father, remembering his own violent past, joins the fight, along with Ben, Hutch's childhood friend and fellow government-trained assassin. The Mafia storm the building, unaware of the traps waiting inside. The three of them, Hutch, his father, and Ben, fight with unmatched skill. Only Julian remains. Hutch straps a bomb onto his armored vest, runs toward Julian, and detonates it, killing him instantly. The battle ends. The police arrive and arrest Hutch. They wonder who this man really is. Then suddenly, the officers' phones ring. The caller tells them exactly who Hutch Mansell is, and both policemen are left stunned. This man is no ordinary citizen. 3 months later, Hutch and his wife are seen with a real estate agent, looking for a new house. Suddenly, the agent receives a phone call. It's for Hutch.
Does this house have a
basement.